Hi, this is Chad with Life and Biohacks. Today I wanted to, my subject and my topic is loving an alcoholic or an addict. I had problems with drinking myself, which I went into the last video, but at the time, the reason why I stopped drinking was because my girlfriend was an alcoholic. I didn't realize it at first. I didn't realize the signs. I'm usually pretty good at, you know, knowing the signs of interesting behavior. I was single for 8 years, but we were having fun. She said she had Crohn's, and after about 3 months in, she was still having like these problems with her stomach and almost like these mini seizures. And she finally admitted to me that it was alcohol withdrawal. That's when I realized I knew she had a problem. For me, I thought if I could stop drinking, it wouldn't influence her. So, I just quit drinking. I had actually was completely sober for 8 months. Because I thought it wouldn't influence her drinking. I didn't want to influence her. We'd go out to dinner, and I would order water or a soda, usually water, and she would still be tempted or order one there, and I thought that would help her, but it really didn't. I mean, people like that, they have to want it for themselves, and it's also a true addiction where she physically has physical cravings, where so much anxiety that she would give in. I mean, to an extent, it's an excuse, and I get that, but until I went through this with her, did I truly realize it was an actual disease. Before that, I was just thought, oh, you either drink or you don't. I didn't have the problem she did. Mine was more binging when I would drink, and hers would be, 3, 4, 5 days go on these benders. So, kind of what I wanted to do, and what the whole point of this video is just kind of like tell you what I've learned, and hopefully it can help you out, because all these videos right now, all I want to do is help people. The only thing is what I've gone through in my life, and eventually you get more into diet and nutrition, because that's what I specialize in, but just kind of my perspective on this, and living with an alcoholic for 2 years, almost 2.5. Number one, they have to want it for themselves, and they'll tell you all these lies, even though they believe it themselves, that they're going to change and that they want this. But, I enabled her too much. I shielded her from all this stuff. And what I've learned through this whole process is if you truly love them, you don't enable them, and you let them make their own mistakes. One book I would recommend, though, for any of you that does love an alcoholic, especially if you're living with them, but even if you don't, to really kind of understand what's going on, and how to let them make their own mistakes, and detach from the entire situation. It's called Codependent No More by Melanie Beattie, and she's the one that coined the phrase or the term codependent. And no one, when she wrote this book, there really wasn't that term. She was the one that kind of brought it to the forefront, and how to deal with it. She used to be an alcoholic and a drug addict, and she didn't understand the people trying to help her. She thought they were crazy. And then when she got married to an alcoholic, and she became the codependent and then enabler, she started realizing, what the other side was like. So she's been through both sides. And it really helps you understand what you're going through, because there's certain things where you think you're going crazy and you don't understand what's happening to you and why you're feeling certain ways, because I didn't. I had no idea. I did not understand it. I thought I was going crazy. Some of the things that she was telling me, like, holy cow, maybe I am this bad person. Maybe I'm freaking, I'm just not a good person, and I'm controlling and doing all these things. Until I read that book, did I really start understanding myself a little bit more, why I'm going through these things, why I'm experiencing all this frustration and this rage and this anger, through all the lying, and she had cheated on me, and just all these things. And this isn't to go down on her, bring her down, or talk bad about her. From what I've heard, I don't talk to her anymore, but I've heard that she's on a better track now. me leaving her helped her realize, from what I know, she needs to change, and I think she's found someone else, and it seems like things are going in her direction. But this is just more to just, tell you, how I dealt with it myself, and I had to start letting her make her own mistakes, setting my own boundaries. And if the boundaries were no alcohol, and if in my house, and if you come up drunk, you have to leave. And so she suffered those consequences and got another DUI because of it. And that was all her, she went out and she got another DUI, and she chose to drink, and she chose to show up at my doorstep hammered, which she had already driven. So she got her third and now a felony DUI. And before, I would just, shield her from everything, and instead of letting her make her own mistakes. And it is scary, because she could kill herself. She could kill someone else. But the more you enable them, the longer it's going to take. And that's what I kind of realized. Another thing, if you want a support group, I would go to Al-Anon. Al-Anon is a group, a 12-step program that pretty much is for people who are dealing with alcoholics. But it really is more about detaching and learning how to take care of yourself, not how to control or deal with the alcoholic. It's really more about how to control your emotions, how to let you have no control over the situation, and how to really take care of yourself and heal yourself instead of go through all this torment. So I did Al-Anon a little bit, and then I went to AA for myself, and so best advice I can say is read. I can't explain, not even 1/100th of what Melanie Beattie can explain in her book Codependent No More. It will definitely help you understand yourself, how to take care of yourself, and how to let them make their own mistakes. I'm not saying it's easy. It took me time. It was baby steps. I didn't just detach and be like, okay, now I'm all better. It took a lot of time and a lot of work, and I still wasn't perfect at it, but I was 10 times better than I was when I started with that relationship, So anyway, I hope this helps. If any of you guys have any questions, any personal questions, how I dealt with it, if you need any help whatsoever, I can try to give you as much advice. So what I know, what I went through, you can put a comment down below. If you want it more private, you can email me at lifeandbiohacks@gmail.com. It's just one word, lifeandbiohacks@gmail.com. Thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you guys soon.